Hey, what's up, Exit the Matrix family? Bob here. Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick video on something I've been looking into quite a bit, and starting to. I think we're going to start seeing some major impacts here to America, North America, honestly, as a whole. Um, as you're all aware, the southern border of the United States has gone from trying to stop illegal immigration to putting up a wall under Trump, and now parts of the wall actually being taken down. Border Patrol actually, instead of working as deterrence and apprehension at to stop illegal immigration, they are now being used as ushers in a welcoming party, and just allowing hundreds of thousands, actually millions, over the last couple of years to pour over the United States border. I don't know if people realize, but these illegal immigrants are being given cell phones. They're being given bus tickets, airline tickets, so they can go to whatever destination in the country they want to. They're being given cards that are basically, they're being given monthly stipends, and they have these cards that they can pay for food and whatever they need, their needs, and I've heard different amounts, and I'm not going to say exactly what that amount is because there's different amounts that I have read about, but let's just say it's around a ballpark figure of about $2,000 per person per month. So you could look at that being roughly $24,000 a year worth. And I'm sure they're also being given, some kind of medical vouchers. Um, I don't know that for sure, but I would guess some kind of medical assistance also. Now, I'm not a cold hearted person. I realize that there's countries where people are suffering, and I realize that there are many of these immigrants that are trying to find a better way for their family. They're trying to get into a better environment where they can, maybe start up their own businesses eventually, where they can be entrepreneurs, where they can raise their families in relative peace and safety. And I get that. Trust me. Honestly, if I was living in Venezuela and I had my family and we were going through that hyperinflation that Venezuela is going through, um, and I had the chance to come to America or Canada, I would probably do whatever I could to smuggle my family across the border, for a better future and better circumstances. So I get that. Look, I'm not arguing the, right or wrong, the moral, issues around this. I can honestly say some of the best people I've ever met in my life, some of the hardest workers, were immigrants, and some of those were even illegal immigrants. Now, obviously, there's downsides to that. There's a lot of military age men being coming over the border, uh, drug cartel personnel, gang members, MS-13 and such, um, criminals that were literally let out of their country's prisons so that they can make the northward route to the U.S. But I want to go past all of that. That's all of the surface arguments that is going to come from mainstream media that you're going to hear all the pundits going back and forth on. You know, are these poor? Are these just poor people looking for a better way? Are these, you know, Are they fleeing situations in their country? Are they should they be considered refugees? Um, and then you'll have the others saying that they're all coming here to take jobs and to commit crime and such. Um, that's all mainstream talking points. I'm going to come at this from a deeper level, and this is the absolute truth about what is going on. And this is something that the mainstream media, regardless if it's from the right or the left, is not going to mention. So here it is. This is all part of an agenda being pushed by the UN, being pushed by the WEF, and other globalist organizations. It's a concerted effort to flood Western nations, first world nations, with third world immigrants. This has been going on in Europe heavily for the last few years. Um, I've talked to people that have actually gone to France recently, England recently, and they say you go to London, you go to Paris, it's not even European anymore. It doesn't even look like the country it used to be. It looks like third world countries, you know, just trash everywhere. People building shanties, every place that they possibly can. Um, Crime's gone up. It just Europe has already been getting hit heavily by this. And now the same exact strategy is being used on America and Canada. And to be honest, to a certain degree on Mexico too. Because North America is essentially, the US, Canada, and Mexico. And Mexico's facing the brunt of this also. And every country along that corridor, Costa Rica and Panama, all these countries, this is being affecting those countries. But the plan is that the Western world is being destroyed, and this is a concerted effort to destroy the middle class. See, ultimately, what the WEF wants and the UN wants, and all their globalist partners and NGOs and the politicians that affiliate with these groups, that put these groups' interests over their own people's interest, over the citizens that they were appointed by. They have to destroy the middle class because they are going to bring in a technocratic one world government that is a totalitarian system, almost a throwback to the Middle Ages with serfdom. And the way it's gonna look is that, and what they want it to look like, is that the rich elite, they're what they consider their elite class, which I would call the parasitic class, the psychopath class. And the reason I say parasites, because most of these people that rule our countries, not just in the Western worlds, but you can even look at Asia, the Middle East, Africa, South America, Latin America. These people, these supposed rulers, if you were to give these people a basic job, they could not function in that job. They could not do shit. These people are pathetic scoundrels. Most of them are lawyers, you will find. They're real good about twisting the truth and finding loopholes in countries' constitutions and charters. They know exactly how to play this wordsmith game. They know exactly how to use word magic in their favor. Most of these people are lawyers, scoundrels. Most of them are the lowest class people. They could not work an honest day's job if they had to. So what they do is they manipulate people. They use people. They trick people. Worse than the worst used car salesman you could ever imagine. These people are absolute scoundrels. And they are affiliated with these globalist groups. And in fact, it goes further than that. They are criminals, and it's a criminal cartel. And they are extorting the whole world, and they want to bring the middle class down, because the middle class is one of the few power structures in first world countries that can oppose them. They want everybody dirt ass poor, surviving on their handouts, with all their jobs getting replaced by AI and robotics. And they want all those middle class jobs gone. They want all those management white collar jobs gone. They want just the elite of the elite, the top level of society, to rule over everybody and to have ultimate freedom and to have all their desires met, while all of us are expected to live on the scraps thrown off the table. And they plan on cutting our numbers down. That's as much as I'm going to say. And you can read in between the lines there. All they got to do is get their worldwide matrix net built, their AI controlled, quantum computer controlled super net built, a matrix within the matrix that they are building right now with their towers, their G towers, with their quantum computers, with their AI. They are building the Earth into a prison planet. And perhaps you could argue it already has been, but they're taking it to the next level. So, those of you that maybe overlook what's going on the border in the United States, for those of us that are U.S. residents, U.S. citizens, just be aware that this has nothing to do with humanitarian issues. This has nothing to do with helping those fleeing worse conditions. This has nothing with bringing in cheap labor. In fact, it is to replace the middle class. It is to replace the ability of there to ever be a middle class ever again. This is to make us all poor. It's to collapse government social programs. It's to dilute the culture of each country. It is to create division, fear, crime. This is all a controlled demolition of the West. And it is being perpetrated by the sickest of the sick, by the parasites of the world. And we've got to wake up. So, I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of these issues, but I just want you to understand that, look, this is a plan being carried out. This is not by accident. These cargo lines of people coming up from the south up to the border, this is well funded. Millions of dollars, perhaps billions of dollars, are funding these NGOs that are working against the Western world's interests, and they've made this a business. This is, in fact, your tax money is paying for it, if that'll, irk you some. So I just want you to be aware that it's going to get worse, because total collapse is the plan for the West. And perhaps similar things are going on in the East too, because right now I think everybody's worried that, Russia or China is going to become the new world global superpower. No, I think you're fooling yourself. Those countries are also going to be brought under heel, and they are also creating the same situations where there will be no middle class. This is a worldwide movement, and this is a planned takedown, and this has been planned for many, many, many years. You can go back probably almost 100 years, and you can see where these plans were being laid out even then. The UN has never been there to bring world peace. The UN was never established to cut down on world wars. It is never was never established to make situation for humanity on the earth better across the board. It has always been an organization installed to slowly bring these plans about and to slowly conglomerate. Sorry, I'm not using the right word. Consolidate power into the few, power into these globalist hands. That has always been the plan. And we got to wake up, people. We got to wake up real quick. And this is a call to action, you know, a call to get with your representatives, a call to mobilize your local sheriffs, to mobilize your own family members and your friends, to mobilize them to this information, get them to wake up. People have got to wake up because this is happening fast. For a while, these plans were kind of put on hold and they got pushed back, and these people are getting desperate. Like any criminal, when they start getting figured out, they're going to move more quickly with their plans, and they're going to get more crazy and more out of control with their actions. And we are watching that right now. And it's time, people, to wake up. This is our hour. Those of us that are awake now, we were sent for this time. We were sent to wake up others. This is a call to wake up humanity. It's a call to freedom, worldwide freedom, to build a truly free, just world, to break the bonds of these parasites, these egomaniacs, these psychopathic, sociopathic, extremely narcissistic creeps. And all this is going to come to a crescendo pretty soon here. And so anyways, guys, I always appreciate you guys listening. I love to hear your comments. And I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.